Hello, everyone. Today we're starting Unit 7, and the first lesson of Unit 7 is cost benefit analysis. And you have three parts of this document that need to be finished today, Tuesday, by 4 p.m. So please make sure you turn this in when you're done. So I will start by going over the directions for Part 1. So it says, Part 1 Directions, Cost Benefit Analysis Intro. Read the definition and then watch the video and answer the question to introduce yourself to the idea of what cost benefit analysis is. So, what is cost benefit analysis? A process for calculating and comparing benefits and costs of a decision. So, think of a cost as being a con, negative, or disadvantage. So, when you're trying to make a decision, there are always going to be costs or negatives to making that decision. Think of the benefit as the pros, positives, or advantages that come from making that decision. This will be better explained in the cost benefit analysis video. And so you should watch the video and then answer the conceptual question, describe cost benefit analysis in your own words. This should be at least 1 to 2 complete sentences explaining what cost benefit analysis is. And you can always watch the video more than once if you need to. Part 2 directions say cost benefit analysis practice scenarios. So together, we're going to read over scenario 1 and go over the example as a whole. And then scenario 2, you're going to do on your own. So scenario 1 example. Amy is a 7th grader who loves the clarinet. She is very talented and wants to become a first seat clarinet in 8th grade. Amy needs to decide where to go for camp this summer. She has 2 options. A band camp where she can work on her clarinet skills every day with other talented middle school students and instructors from the best music schools. Or a sleepaway camp that has her 3 best friends in the 7th grade will be attending. This camp does not have any music program. It has sports, games, arts and crafts, and swimming. Amy is having a hard time deciding which camp she wants to go to. So first, we're going to think about what are the costs, the con, negatives, or disadvantages of this decision. And as you can see, the chart's already been filled out here. So the costs of going to band camp are she will not be at a camp with her 3 best friends. She will only be doing band, no other sports or activities. The cost of going to sleepaway camp is she will not get to work on her clarinet skills. She may not become the first seat clarinet in 8th grade since she did not get to practice over the summer. Now we'll look at the benefits. So the benefits are the pros, positives, or advantages of each decision. And you'll notice that these kind of tend to be the opposite. So the cost of going to sleepaway camp is very similar to the benefits of going to band camp. And then the costs of going to band camp are very similar to the benefits of going to sleepaway camp. So the benefits of going to band camp, she'll get to practice her clarinet. She'll have a better chance of becoming first seat clarinet in 8th grade. And then the benefits of going to sleepaway camp is she will be at camp with her 3 best friends. She will get to do many different types of activities at camp. And then at the end, you'll have a debatable question where you need to answer what you think the person should do, in this case, Amy. This is an opinion answer. There's no right or wrong answer. You just have to give your reasons. So again, this is weighing 2 sides, the costs and the benefits. Which one do you think outweighs more? And you make that decision. So scenario 2, you're going to do on your own. Read through scenario 2, do the costs, the cons, negatives, or disadvantages of both of the decisions that Jack has to make. You then do the benefits. Again, you'll notice that they tend to be the opposite of each other. And then what do you think Jack should do and why? So please make sure you do the second scenario on your own. For part 3, this is the final question, and you need to read over our new Unit 7 information below in blue, and then answer the final question in a complete sentence. So Unit 7 is called Interactions Across the Eastern Hemisphere. So remember, we've been focusing on the Eastern Hemisphere this entire year, the continents of Africa, Asia, and Europe, right? And how people have been interacting with one another. For most of the year, we've been looking at small places, small areas, small civilizations. Now we're going to be thinking about, well, how do all of these civilizations or people across the entire Eastern Hemisphere, how do they interact with one another? So our statement of inquiry for this unit is global interaction. So people interacting globally create opportunities for globalization, networking, and social interactions throughout regions. So this is all about, well, how do people interact with one another that are from different areas of the world? How do people socialize with each other? How do they network? How do they help one another? And how can they sometimes harm one another? So this question is really thinking about kind of bringing everything together from the year. How do people come together and interact with one another on a larger scale? So your final question that you're going to answer is, how do you think today's activity, so cost benefit analysis, might be connected to our new unit? So think about the costs and benefits. How is this connected to trading and interacting with people from around the globe? So you want to think about, what are the costs, the cons, the negatives, and then what are the benefits, the positives about people trading and interacting with each other from many different places. Okay, so make sure that you answer that in a complete sentence. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out to your teacher. And again, make sure that this is turned in today by 4 p.m. All right, have a good day.